A day on the focus. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the show. Today is March 6th, and boy do we have a jam-packed history lesson for you, of course. First off, let's rewind all the way back to 12 BC. That's right, before the Common Era. Augustus, the Roman Emperor, became the Pontifex Maximus. Basically, he combined the role of emperor with the head priest. Talk about multitasking. Can you imagine the paperwork? Fast forward a bit to 632 AD. Horrible. This is the day of Muhammad's farewell sermon, a super important event in Islamic history. A powerful moment, no doubt. Then, there's the 845 AD massacre of the 42 martyrs of Amorium. Tragic stuff. These folks died for their faith, refusing to convert to Islam. 4. A stark reminder of history's darker chapters. We've got some castle sieges too. In 1204, the French beat King John of England at Château Gaillard. Ousting him from Normandy? Sounds like a pretty epic battle, Let's jump to 1475. Guess who was born today? Michelangelo. Yes, that Michelangelo. The guy who painted the Sistine Chapel ceiling. Bet he didn't realize how iconic his artwork would become. Moving right along to 1521, Ferdinand Magellan hit Guam. Talk about exploration. Imagine charting unknown lands back then. Not exactly a comfy cruise ship experience. And then there was 1836. The Alamo, from Table. Remember Davy Crockett and Jim Bowie? That heroic yet heartbreaking last stand against the Mexican army? 1869 brings Dmitri Mendeleev and his periodic table. High school chemistry just got a whole lot more interesting, though probably less interesting back then. 1945? Cologne falls to the Americans in World War II, and on the same day, the Germans launched their last major offensive, Operation Spring Awakening. Talk about a double whammy. Also on this day, 1964, Cassius Clay becomes Muhammad Ali. That name change alone is huge, and a powerful symbol of cultural transformation. Phew! That's just a tiny snapshot of the historical happenings on March 6th. Now for a little creative spin. Imagine Michelangelo, sketching furiously in his notebook the very same day that he gets the news of the Alamo. He pauses, his charcoal pencil hovering over the paper. The sheer scale of both events, the creative birth of a genius, and the brutal loss of life in a desperate defense, creates a stark contrast in his mind. The whispers of historical winds brush against his inspiration, shaping his understanding of the fragile balance between creation and destruction, glory and tragedy. That night he sketches a new image. A lone figure standing against a collapsing building, one hand reaching for the sky, the other a fallen brush. Perhaps the figure is a composite of the fallen defenders and himself, battling the shadows of mortality in his search for immortal beauty. And that's all the time we have for today, folks. Tune in tomorrow for more historical highlights on A Day on the Focus.